So Prop number 3, another bond issue, asks the voters, should the state sell $8.9 billion in bonds to fund projects related to water supply quality, watershed and fisheries restoration, habitat protection, water conveyance, and groundwater sustainability and storage? The way it is now, California's water supply faces challenges. The amount and location of available water varies widely from year to year. Unusually wet or dry years can result in local flooding or water shortages. The water may be polluted and unsuitable for any use. Various government agencies in California spend about $30 billion annually in the water sector. Over 3/4 of that is spent locally and largely paid for by individual ratepayers for water and sewage treatment plants and cleanup of storm runoff. The state and federal government play a role by creating regional water supply infrastructure and by setting and enforcing water quality standards. Over the past 17 years, voters have approved $31 billion in general obligation bonds for various natural resource projects, including $4.1 billion from Prop 68 in June 2018. So Prop 3 would allow the state to sell $8.9 billion in general obligation bonds for various water projects. The broad categories are water supply and quality, fish and wildlife, habitat, water facility upgrades for specific projects in the Central Valley Bay Area and Oroville Dam, groundwater recharge and storage projects, and most funds would be distributed as grants to agencies that would have to provide equal matching funds. The measure provides reduced cost-sharing requirement for projects benefiting low-income areas. The budget impact, the bond repayment is expected to cost the state an estimated $17.3 billion over 40 years. The effect on local governments depends on the size of any grant that they receive. Savings are recognized because a grant reduces the local share of a project's costs. However, a project could also increase future operating costs if you had a desalination facility. But the annual net effect on local governments and ratepayers is likely to be small. The folks who support it say that Prop 3 will fund projects to help increase water supply from a variety of sources, such as stormwater capture and desalination. It'll help ensure that disadvantaged communities can access safe drinking water, and watershed restoration would improve water quality and protect agricultural interests. The folks against say we need more dams to collect rain and snowmelt from the Sierras, and Prop 3 provides no money for new dams. It panders to special interests by making recreation and wildlife a priority over farmers, and paying back these bonds will result in raised taxes. That's Prop 3.